Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
I signed an executive order this morning to extend the stay home, stay safe order through May 15th.
Governor Whitmer updates the state's response to the coronavirus pandemic with an extension of the stay home, stay safe order until May 15th. And that does top our news this noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rhonda Walker. And right now, over 35,000 people have the confirmed coronavirus and 2,900 people have died from it. This morning, Governor Whitmer extended her stay-home order while also lifting some restrictions so that some businesses and activities can resume. The executive order has been extended through May 15th. The governor also eased some restrictions on golfing, motorized boating, landscaping, and nurseries and lawn services, and also selling non-essential supplies at stores, although curbside. Face coverings are also required in enclosed public places like grocery stores, pharmacies. Under the previous order, face coverings were encouraged but not required. Now face coverings, at least the cloth ones, are part of her executive order for everyone. The governor also broke down the new guidelines and restrictions, but what does that all really mean going forward? Rod Maloney was there to hear it all, so let's get to Rod with more. Certainly some folks are happy to get back to work.
Well, yes, in fact, it's not that many going back to work, Rhonda, but it's a lot of the activities the governor is addressing that came out of the protest that was about a week and a half ago here on the front lawn, that many people wanting to get their spring activities going, the boating, the golfing. Now, you can't use a golf cart when you go golfing at this point. And the governor is just insisting that social distancing be the key to everything. One of the things that she said later on in her news conference is that a store can refuse you service if they don't feel that you are dealing with social distancing properly. They also can limit the number of people in stores. That will continue. But the larger big box stores, they will be now allowing sales of things like paint that many people wanted, garden supplies, things like that. You can get out in the garden and start doing that now. You can mow the lawn. You can go to your vacation home. Bike shops will be open. State parks will be open. So these are some rather dramatic changes, but limited. And let's hear from the governor now as she talks about what she had in mind for all of this.
If we continue to see our numbers decline, we can responsibly consider additional steps we can take. If we see an increase, we may have to be nimble enough to go backward on occasion. My hope, though, my fervent hope, is that people still take this incredibly seriously.
Now, the legislature was in session this morning. The governor was not particularly kind to the legislature for even being in session, but the Senate was in session because they have a number of things. They want to limit the governor's power in emergencies like this. The governor said flat out she's not going to sign anything that they do, and she said that the legislature should not have been in session anyway. The House was also in session this morning along with the Senate because both of them are going to be setting up committees to go back over what it is that the governor has done in all of this as part of the COVID-19 virus. But as things stand right now, we're seeing changes. It's going to still be through the 15th of May now that the governor's talking about, but she knows that they're still going to be clamoring to get more businesses open quickly. And so she says that she is engaging with a lot of different business owners, with the Chamber of Commerce and the like, to try and figure out as the days go ahead other businesses that might be opened and how quickly they can be. So for now, reporting live in Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
And Rod, speaking of those other businesses, of course, manufacturers, some of our automotive companies are already trying to put some plans in place for when they can reopen. Did she talk about any of those types of businesses?
She didn't get involved with the automotive industry, but of course there's going to be a lot of attention paid to that. Already Fiat Chrysler is saying May 4th they want to get back to business. I'm hearing some of the foreign car makers also want to do the same. The United Auto Workers and all of the domestic three are talking about how it is that they should move forward. The UAW put out a statement yesterday saying that they were not in favor of that May 4th date and would like to see the car companies hold off still further. The car companies are working with them, but the car companies are also feeling compelled to get back to business as quickly as they can too. And so we're going to have to wait and see how it is that this all comes together, especially as we get toward May 4th.
That's right. And she also said be nimble. Things can change between now and May 15th. So we'll just have to wait and see. Rod, thank you.